And starting with the panel discussion, basically this is the one was the state's vision on AI and the Union Ministry's the AI roadmap. So we will have a clubbing speakers from both the sessions, and we will talk about their AI roadmaps. So as the chairs are getting set, I would like to call on stage the panelists who are going to be there in this session. I'd like to welcome Nidhi Choudhary, IAS Director, National Gallery of Modern Arts. Parul, Gaur, Mittal, IRS Secretary, Arunachal Pradesh Public Service Commission. Can we have on stage Revati Kumar, CEO and ED, Goa Electronics. Sabou, Yashu, Director, IT and Communication, Government of Nagaland. Prashant Kumar, Mittal, DDG, HOG, Agriculture, NIC. Kumud, Jindal, Assistant Director General, Department of Telecommunications. Sharmistha Dasgupta, Deputy Director General, HOG, AI, NIC. Suresh Chandra, Scientist, G, IT and E-Governance, STQC from MIT. Kirtikar, Ojha, Head Business Development and CMO, L&T-Cloudfiniti. So we are having a extremely, one person, Suresh Chandra. Just check. So we have a very, if I may say, diverse and very esoteric set of panelists who are representing different areas. And I'm sure, as we are hearing from the inaugural session in the morning, that AI is increasingly being leveraged for a very wide set of applications across different departments and ministries. So I'm sure over the next half an hour to 40 minutes, we will have interesting indications of AI being leveraged in different areas. I'll start with Nidhi ma'am. She's a director of National Gallery of Modern Art. So very interesting area, art and culture. What's the use case for AI there, and how are things progressing?
Hello. For Viksit Bharat of 2047, the way AI mission is going to act as economic accelerator, it is also going to act as cultural renaissance. And that is going to happen because we cannot imagine India of 2047 without having its foundational roots strong in art and culture. So while we are growing fast, we have to ensure that this AI revolution that is happening is not leaving behind art, visual arts and performing arts. What is Government of India doing, especially in the NGMA, wherein we are working on modern arts? Jatan is one platform in which we have transformed all our museums into virtual museums, and all our collections across the country, across the Government of India museums can be seen on the Jatan platform. The National Mission on Monuments and Antiquities is also working with digital tools, with also using AI in ensuring that all the monuments, while are accessible, not just for people who are visiting those sites, but also people who are digitally visiting these sites. And there is a possibility of augmented reality being used in our museums. And this is being effectively deployed these days. Immersive shows which were not happening in the government museums, say 10 years back. Today, be it PM Museum, be it the National Gallery of Modern Art, be it the Supreme Court Museum, all the museums are using immersive technology, using the artificial intelligence, using the AR, VR. And in the NGMA Mumbai, we are also proposing a very, very beautiful digitally immersive show. All our souvenir facilities, the publication rooms, they are also going digital. There is a say art field is per se may not be of common interest to everyone, but somewhere when this thing will happen, uh, recently this ghibli became a trend, and we felt the threat to the common artists, the cartoonists, the people who are otherwise working and getting employment. All of them are facing this threat, and then deep fake has come. So all sorts of arts are facing existential threat. So while on one hand, the digital technologies, the AI is helping in ensuring that art reaches out to as many people as possible, there is also a threat which we are seeing. And in that case, also somewhere, if the government comes into picture, government can protect these artists. And I will just tell you one case. In Maharashtra, we have a Himru shawl, and there is only one grandfather and one grandson. Only two people left who know how to make Himru shawl. So back then, when I was working as commissioner skills, I learned about this this problem, that Himru shawl, how to make it. If these people are not there, we will not know. So we used the digital technologies. We got this entire process digitally available. We connected them to the Skill India mission, and today there are a lot of people who are being trained in preparing Himru shawl. Another case is of Chamba Rumal. This was also a dying art, but because of the fact that the Ministry of Culture came into picture, this is a decades back case study. So Chamba Rumal was dying because Chamba Rumal was being made by women in the Chamba area for their uh, grooms during the marriage. So now they stopped doing, because dowry mein they were giving other stuff also. But then the government of India came into picture and they started preserving it. And today the women in Chamba are getting employment through this. So there are many case studies. Uh, in AI, we can protect the local artists, we can protect the tribal artists, we can protect the local folk art forms, dances, music. We can create a depository of that. And fortunately, the National Digital Cultural Mission is working on the same. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, if I may sum up three important points that you mentioned. First, I would like the usage of AR, VR, and the digital immersive. I hope this creates interest, like the museums in Europe, especially in European countries, how they are patronized. Something similar happens in India. And more than very interesting 3 points you mentioned: AI for cultural renaissance, uh, the alleviate the existential crisis of the artists, and the third was in terms of revival of dying art forms. Great, very interesting use cases, different from something that we have been hearing from the morning. Okay, next I'll come to Parul, Gaur, Mittal. Even in the previous panel, we had couple of states from the northeast. Assam and Mizoram were there, and in the morning, Secretary Chanchal sir, he talked about the potential of Northeast. So, keeping in mind Arunachal, it's emerging as a potential tourist hub now. Uh, how can AI sort of helping in developing applications or use cases for citizen-centric services and for the overall growth of the state?
Good afternoon. Thank you. Good afternoon. Now, as MEMS said that we cannot imagine the future of the country without AI, and I'll go a step beyond. I feel that AI is no longer the future, it is the present reality, and it is the power through which we can attain a more effective governance, not also citizen, more effective delivery of services. Now, when we talk about Northeast, Northeast is still in the early phases, as also mentioned by my many colleagues from Northeast. We are in the initial phases of developing AI infrastructure. However, still significant steps have been taken to utilize the emerging technologies. There are a lot of areas where not only government but also academic institutions and startups are working in developing AI infrastructure. One of the vision is such vision is the Digital Northeast Vision 2022, which helps in not just developing digital infrastructure but also skill development and use of emerging technologies. Similarly, Northeast data centers and state data centers have been developed in a lot of Northeast states, Arunachal being one of them. Similarly, skill development through NILITs and through other technical institutes, they are being taken up on priority in the state, especially to ensure that we have sufficient skills and AI is integrated well in the state. Now, coming to specific examples, some of the AI models have been taken up in the agriculture sector, in the health sector, in the disaster management sector. For example, in the health sector, we have, a state has taken up the diagnostic testing of tuberculosis as one of the pilot project. Similarly, retinography has also been taken up as a pilot project in the health sector under the National Health Mission and the Ayushman Bharat Mission. Similarly, in agriculture, soil studies, the study of soil health has been taken up in some of the districts. Now, just to emphasize that Arunachal Pradesh is a 100% organic state when it comes to agriculture. So there's huge potential of AI in agriculture, be it developing a terrain-specific calendar of plantation, or be it studying the pests which impact the organic farming. So these are some of the areas where AI has huge potential, and some initial steps have been taken by the government. Coming to tourism, tourism is one of the most developing sector of the state, given its natural beauty, given its wide variety of geographical features, right from the mountains to the rivers, snow-clad mountains, and the plains. Now, tourism is one area where there is still a lot of scope. Now, some of the steps that have been taken are related to the digital. Like ma'am have said that museums can be seen online. So some of the terrains which are not very easily accessible, they can be digitized and they can be seen through 3D cameras. Besides that, there's a center of excellence which is being developed. It was recently passed in the budget, where an innovation hub and an incubation center is being developed, just to make sure that there's a single platform where skill development can be done, where integration of the requirements can be done. So a center of excellence has been proposed. Now, coming to Public Service Commission, where right now I'm acting as secretary, a lot of digitization has happened, but there is still a lot of scope for AI in terms of using the information and streamlining it in such a way that AI can be used to make an error-free system right from the examination, pre-examination, examination, and post-examination stages, right from checking the eligibility through AI and ensuring that no proxy exams are, proxy candidates come up in the examination. So given all these factors, there's initial steps have been taken, but there's still a huge scope for AI to just not make the system error-free, but also make it more efficient and effective. And at the same time, there are obstacles. One of the major obstacle is, again, as I said, is the skill, the trained staff or entrepreneurs who can help with penetration of AI and also data sets. The fragmented data sets is a major issue in the state right now. So that's it from my side.
Thanks. So the emphasis has been on skilling and also interesting use cases coming up in healthcare, agriculture, and even tourism that you mentioned. Public Service Commission for the conducting the examinations, AI. In fact, healthcare We are doing a news yesterday. Drone ports have been set up, I think, in Nahar Lagoon yesterday. Yeah. Okay, great. Next, I'll come to Prashant Kumar Mittal on the agriculture front. That seems to be a sector we have been hearing from the morning, where a lot of AI use cases are being developed. So, if you can highlight.
Agriculture being backbone of our country, which is almost serving 80 crore plus citizens in the country, requires the AI most, because things are very uncertain, and certain time we had been unable to provide enough information to our farmers. Thanks to technological innovations, first time this year we have gone for digital crop survey. So all the crop yield and what crop has been shown will be taken through enforcing that presence of that patwari or that person who is responsible for doing that crop survey on the ground, and GPS enabled checking has been ensured, and that would be validated through the satellite imagery also. So things will be coming better step by step. We can't improve the things on the day one. We have also built the decision support system for Krishi DSS, where the weather, soil, moisture, insect percolation, everything has been put together, and we are into initial stage of building models where we would be able to forecast the outbreak or the yield or anything which affects the yield, positive or negative, both in a very confident matter. Because AI for any government organization, adoption of AI is very crucial. It is a double-edged sword.
Exactly.
We can't afford the failure we can't afford, because that will jeopardize all technological efforts of government in that domain. And we have to be very cautious. We have to be doubly triply sure before forecasting anything on the basis of AI.
Okay.
And we have to be able to travel back how we could arrive into that decision. Generally, it is not applicable to all AI interventions, but for government, it is very much. And in addition to that, I was seeing the earlier presentation. Somebody has shown the CIN number, the person's name, and linkage, that it is a water bill. Nowadays, we are hearing somebody is calling on phone कि आपने ये किया है, आपका 14,432 रुपए का बिल आया था, और इस तरह करके वो एक तरह से हिप्नोटाइज करते हैं, डिजिटल अरेस्ट की जगह वो उस तरह से कर रहे हैं. तो जहाँ भी हम टेक्नोलॉजी में ये सब चीज़ें कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा वन स्टेप कॉशियस होना पड़ेगा,
डेफिनेटली
रिवील ना करें ज़्यादा. थैंक यू सर.
Thank you. So, interesting things on the agriculture front on the digital crop survey, then predictive yield, obviously, and lastly, the focus on cybersecurity, which remains an imperative. Great. Sharmistha Dasgupta, I'll come to you next. Now, you have last time we heard on railways, and so what I would like to focus on some of the projects, one or two of the key projects that you would like to highlight that you are associated with, and more importantly, the inclusivity of AI. That messaging was coming from the morning. So, in terms of inclusive as well as ethical part of the AI deployment, how are you ensuring that in those major projects?
Yeah, thank you. Actually, the Government of India, NIC is the main body which is doing the e-governance in all the major ministries and departments. So we have a lot of data. So the thing is, AI is context driven and AI is built on patterns in the data. So the thing is, when you have the data, you have to see to its representativeness. So
Okay.
we do basically data exploratory analysis at the start. We have the data provenance, means the ministry or the department is giving it, the trust is there. But then we have to do the data exploratory analysis to find whether it is representative of all the stakeholders, means who will be affected by that AI. AI model development is not only dependent on the major stakeholders, like if you, the citizens are the ones who are getting affected by it. Like, so if a smart city or something else is developing a model or getting it deployed on public infrastructure, then our job is basically to see to it that all the representations of the citizens are also affected, because citizens might give you okay, this is the system and you have to use it, right? Now they don't know how this is being affected. In the organizations which are developing, they have their bias, they have their way of thinking. The design implementation means any private sector or public sector, whoever is developing. So our job is, when you do the proof of concept, you have to see that all the stakeholders who are to be affected by this, they have to be taken into account. So this is how we work. And and then testing and validation. So anything which you are developing a hypothesis, you have to check with the ground truth, so that you make sure that when you do the prediction for something, they have that basis by which you have tested with the system with the ground truth, means whatever is there actually available with you. And so we have been doing many use cases. Basically, we are basically giving API-based services over government cloud, Meghraj cloud of NIC, so that we are able to reach more ministries and departments. We also have our limitation on human resources and all the expert skills and all. But we have been training people, NIC officers, giving them residential training in Institute of Repute, and basically because they are the ones who are front-ending with the ministries and departments. And we at the back end, we provide the services. So we have got many services. We are basically in the field of computer vision, text, speech, as well as generative AI services. Then we have geospatial analytics, that also we do. So face verification, face authentication services. So like this, one example of this is RTO, or online e-learners license exam, which now people can take from their home. So these faceless services means you don't have to visit the RTO and get involved with middlemen to get your things out. So these type of things. So basically, you are automated driving license renewal from home. So this is one major this is MOT's application. And then we have got this, the same Satyapikanan, we call it, face verification services. It is basically, you see the diverse applications. One is this RTO. Another one is NTA, National Testing Agency. They are using our image analytics services for their online examinations and all that. Similarly, the Raj Bhavan Uttarakhand is using it for e-visitor system. Calcutta means Department of Technical Education, West Bengal is using it for for all the training centers. They are private training centers. They are putting money for skilling, hundreds of crores. Then you are putting whether the attendees are actually taking the skill set or not.
Use cases.
Diverse use cases using the same set of APIs. So that way we are basically facilitated many type of services. So this is one. Then we have in text, we have got text transliteration, text translation services, document summarization services across where means from judiciary to everybody is using
Got
our
it.
services. So then we have got, we are doing into fraud prevention. Like Department of Land Resources, what happened is Directorate of Stamp Revenue and Registration. Pan India, 18 states, 18, 20 states have already implemented. Means what happens was from the sale, copies of sale deeds, where the Aadhaar number, your PAN number, your fingerprints, everything is there, right? So that was being used by hackers to clone it for Aadhaar-enabled payment system. So you don't have to, means double factor authentication is not required when you require, when you have these digital citizens, these fingerprints are being cloned. So they were losing money. So we have implemented masking of any documents which is shown on the system screen, or we are giving it to public. So mask the Aadhaar, mask the PAN, wherever it appears in the document.
Okay.
So like this, we can, I can tell you
there are
many
use
projects which we are
cases.
working. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
I would sum up two important points. One was obviously since you are working from the back end, the sanctity of the data, because data is coming from several, if I may say, heterogeneous kind of sources. And another thing which was mentioned by someone in the morning in the inaugural session, that it's ultimately AI should not drive the people. It's ultimately what you feed to the system, and then the AI is applied on that. So the biases, we have to ensure those personal biases don't get ingrained into the AI system. Great, thanks. Revati, Kumar, I'll come to you next in terms of, again, from a relatively smaller state, Goa, what sort of AI use cases you would like to highlight?
I think we'll not hold the crowd much because we are all waiting for lunch. I'll keep it short. Rightly, we come from a very small state. If you have observed since morning the discussions that are happening, we are in a bit of a schizophrenic kind of a situation where at one end we are all up and saying that yes, we have to adapt AI. There's no other way. And open AI coming from the West, our good neighbors bringing up DeepSeek, and has India really missed the bus? All such discussions are happening on one end, and exactly on the same forum, we have the other side to it, which is speaking about bias, which is speaking about trust, which is speaking about will AI hamper the traditional artists of the country, and largely will it hamper mankind? So I think it's going to be, for all of us, including the government sector, a very, very crucial next few years where we have to balance it out very tactfully, whereby, as I was just listening to an interview on France 24. I think Sharat Sharma, iSpirit, who's also on the advisory board for AI mission, he said it very well. If India gets AI well, we can, and it has the potential to bring many of our guys above the poverty line. It has the potential to bring in extremely good healthcare to our rural India. It has the potential to get excellent education and opportunities to our children. On the counterpart of it, if we get it wrong, we will be losing a complete generation. Losing a generation probably to AI gaming, to AI gambling, the reels, where we all are on. And so it's a very, very, walking on a sword kind of a situation. In the government sector, I feel more than anything else, if we all know, we all agree, here stakeholders sitting, AI is nothing but three components. You have the data. Fortunately for our country, we have data equivalent to the continent, almost a continent. We have huge data. So that is not an issue. Second comes the technology, which is the pillar. Technology in our case, as government sector, I feel strongly, we should leave it to the startups and the industry. We should be the facilitators sitting here who should exactly provide them the compute required, which Mission India is, AI mission is doing very well. In the state of Goa also, we are having talks with agencies to set up GPU farms. But yes, facilitate the startups. This is what we in Goa are trying to do,
Okay.
factually. And the last or the most important aspect where government should step in is the privacy regulation. That is the part where we should be stepping in. Fortunately, we come from a country where our Supreme Court has said through an order that the privacy of a citizen is the fundamental right. So we cannot goof up with that on any account. But this is going to be only in a partnership with all of them, which we are trying to do in Goa also. We are trying to promote all our startups as much as come. And one last thing I would like to say. As government entities, we all should try and put out data for the startups to do their bit on it, on AI, keeping into account that we do not compromise with privacy on any account. So these are some of the principles even Goa is following.
Interesting. First, one, if I may say, that paraphrase between sunshine and darkness, where you mentioned, the interesting part is the focus on startups, which for Goa that you mentioned. That's an interesting point where you say ultimately the government should be the facilitator to do things smoothly rather than trying to do things on its own. Okay, that's great. Kumud, Jindal, I'll come to you next. From the Department of Telecom perspective, what sort of AI interventions that you would like to highlight?
Thank you. So basically, I'm from the Department of Telecommunications. So as part of DOT, we look at AI through three kinds of pillars. One, how AI can help and can be leveraged to improve the telecom network. Second is how can AI and telecom together help other sectors. And third is that how can we use AI in a responsible manner for both these kinds of use cases. So if to begin with, if I talk about how AI can help in the telecom networks, is that we are working basically as part of the digital intelligence unit. We are working basically to look at the perspective of misuse of telecom resources in cyber frauds and digital, financial frauds and cybercrime. So as we are all aware that telecom is the source from which any kind of a cybercrime originates and is the destination through which it reaches to the citizens. So to prevent them, it is very important that we kind of protect the telecom resources in terms of the mobile phones, the mobile numbers, the SMS which are being sent, the links, URLs which we are receiving. All these need to be protected or need to be checked so that cyber frauds can be prevented. For this, DOT has started with few initiatives. One being the Sanchar Sathi initiative, which is basically a citizen-centric initiative which empowers the citizens to know what exactly the telecom resources they are using are. For example, there are some facilities on the Sanchar Sathi which help the citizen to know that how many mobile connections are there in his or her name. Or maybe the citizen can, if in case a citizen loses his or her mobile phone, he can go on the portal and report it there, and the portal is linked with the police and they can recover the handset and give it back to the citizen. So these kinds of services for the citizens can help prevent cyber frauds with them. And AI is integrated in all these solutions which are being built. Recently, we have a platform called the Digital Intelligence Platform, on which there are around 500 to 600 stakeholders, including the financial sector, that is the banks. So recently, we have launched an initiative called the Financial Fraud Risk Indicator, which is a kind of a risk indicator which, from the telecom perspective, which we are giving to the banks, so that the banks know that who is there in their particular ecosystem and they need to prevent the fraud. So using this FRI, many private players, for example, PhonePe, Paytm, they have started declining transactions based on this particular intelligence which we are sharing. So all these solutions have got AI inbuilt into them. Then this is the perspective of cyber frauds which I'm talking. There is another perspective on which DOT is focusing is that how telecom can help the other sectors. As we are all aware, telecom has got a huge database, right? Everybody has got a kind of a telecom resource which we are using. So the database of the telecom can be helpful for other sectors. For example, recently we did a POC with Delhi Metro to help them, identify metro routes. So while developing these solutions, we are trying to focus more on federated learning aspects, or privacy preserving technologies are being used so that the data stays where it is generated and it is not shared. Only the insights or only the intelligence is shared with the particular stakeholder who needs it. So these are kind of use cases in which AI is inbuilt, and we need to be cautious that we do not in the bargain of providing some kind of an intelligence or providing some kind of insights to stakeholders, we do not compromise on the privacy of our citizens.
Exactly.
So that is of utmost importance. Thank you.
Thanks. So, two important points. Yes, the very interesting thing you mentioned about that federated usage of federated data, that is a sort of a safeguard against the privacy issue. And obviously, the cybersecurity and the fraud, that's perhaps, especially in the urban life, is one of the biggest threats now. Digital arrests are very highlighted, but even smaller frauds. So that's an essential area. Okay, great. Again, coming back to Northeast, we have with us Sabou Yashu from Nagaland. We have representations from different Northeastern states today. So your experience or use cases of applications that Nagaland is using.
I'm Sabou, Director IT Government of Nagaland. Thank you, APAC and the MITI, for giving us this wonderful opportunity. It's been said by many of the speakers, while we cannot stop the innovations and while we cannot stop all this AI, the AI should not take away the rights of the citizens. It should not take away the rights of the individuals. We from the tribal region, one of the remotest corner of the country, we have our unique culture, we have unique traditions. So the AI, the innovation should not take away, rather than it should preserve all these traditions and the culture. In fact, yeah, it's been said by many of the speakers, it should empower the citizens rather. The AI is there and emerging tech should empower every one of us, including all of us, including the citizens sitting at the remotest corner of the country. As far as initiatives in the state of Nagaland is concerned, we have initiated various activities. We are still in the nascent stage. Doesn't mean that it ends there. It shows that we still have a lot of opportunities to collaborate. So we have started onboarding internship of various students who are on summer break internship, or when they come on vacation, instead of just letting them spending their time like that, holiday, we try to engage them, and then we train them on various skill sets they want to avail. So bridging the gap between the government functioning system with the academics has already been initiated, so that once they complete their academics, they will be somehow will be able to deploy in various requirements, which that way the skill sets will be reduced to certain extent. We are, as far as possible, we are trying to build the skills of the local youths. We are populations to approximately only around 2 million population, with more than 70% of the populations below the age of 35 years. So the age is on our side. We have the advantage with the human resource capital. So the government is trying to tap that potential. While working and envisaging to engage PPP mode, we are also encouraging the private players to engage or take our local youths so that they can also in turn, of course, yeah, deploying a local youth in a local state is much easier for any hilly state like all northeastern states. It becomes cost effective, and then at the same time, there's economic activity in the region. Of course, there are many people from Nagaland working outside also, but they get the salary, they spend outside, so there's no economic activity in the region.
Okay.
We are encouraging at least the economic activity happens in the region so that the economic disparity is also reduced. So while framing out this Viksit Bharat, these points that we would like to flag, and as far as the other activities are concerned, we are still in the nascent stage. However, the state is also coming up with innovation hub, we call it. It is going to come up in the Chamukitima, Dimapur, which is the commercial hub of the state of Nagaland, very close to Guwahati, Assam. We can just come in the morning by flight or by train, and then you can push off again in the evening. So this innovation hub is going to create an ecosystem between the startup, the youth, and the entrepreneurs, and it will have incubation facilities. It will also have academia, researchers, mentorship, and also the industries, the companies will be setting up their office there. So that's where we are also trying to create an ecosystem for our local youth.
Got it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. So obviously the heterogeneity is the USP of this country. So why should AI sort of hamper that heterogeneity? I perfectly agree with you. And you have also focused on skilling on the AI front right now from Nagaland perspective. Kirtikar, I'll come to you. You have heard from all the government perspective. So, and many of them in this session and also in the previous session have focused on the PPP mode. So as a private partner to many of these government departments, what would be your focus areas?
Namaste. I dreaded the fact that I'll be the last person between lunch and you all, but nevertheless, such is life. So Larsen & Toubro has been doing a whole lot of nation-building activities since very long time. Every decade, from industry revolution to the IT revolution to cloud to technology and now to AI, we have been a part of this journey, a great journey. We have multiple business from semiconductor to construction to various other aspects. But our technology arm, the IT and technology ecosystem has been from Larsen & Toubro Infotech Mindtree, Larsen & Toubro Technology Services, and Larsen & Toubro Data Center and Cloud Services. We have built 2 data centers. My expectation is that people like us can play a huge role. The Ops Sindoor. So I've heard enough, so I wanted to be, I have a different take. In Ops Sindoor, private players' contribution also came to the fore. And a regulated industry like defense also started doing what I'm not trivializing it, but a jugaad technology, which is like in IT parlance called integration. So with S400, you are integrating L40, which is like 70-year-old technology in shooting down missile, is a humongous success that this country has done. So that means we have that kind of capability, we can have that kind of a knowledge base. All we need is that we need to pick our battle wisely. On one side, we are asking the private players to spend money, 1,500 crore rupees, to build up a data center. On the other side, the government is also trying to build up state data center, NIC, STPI. I think it's about time that the entire digital transformation journey needs to be aggregated and consolidated. Okay. Government should come out with a plan. If there is a data center, there should be a DR in a different seismic zone. Ask the private player, they will create your private suite, they will create the entire security, physical, all 7, 8 level of security or cyber security in place. We have created a data center where we have a CPU, GPU cloud both. So if you don't invest money on hardware, the point is that you bring your workload, be on CPU or on GPU. We are setting up a separate cloud for inferencing. Don't spend money on GPU for inferencing. You can model test on GPU and inference on a faster platform which is like in top 50 Forbes list. We have a tie-up with them. We are creating Blueverse, which is like a AI marketplace, a foundry for AI. You can create your vertical specific cookie cutter AI services on that agentic AI platform. Point is that there are a whole lot of things which we are doing. I'm not promoting my company, but from the industry perspective, it's about time that we need to consolidate and aggregate the requirement of different disparate services which is available to the government at this point in time. There are a whole lot of things which we can do. We are trying to do with drone imagery that can help, and we are planning, still classified, but trying to work with BSF as to how we can secure the borders through drone imagery, preventive healthcare. We are trying to create a business model wherein a boy or a girl gets born as an Indian citizen should have the kundali, a patri, not only from the foretelling side, but also from the health side, that the predictive analysis can do through AI as to at what age you, basis your genes, have a tendency to become a blood pressure patient or a diabetic, and what kind of a lifestyle changes you can do to prevent that. So, and Revati ji was bingo when she said that on one side it can be a dark and one can be on the sunshine. Largely, I was attending an AI event and some gentlemen, that there were 7 panelists, 6 of them of Indian origin in Dubai. And one of the guys said, billionaire, funded by Microsoft. And he said that in the AI era, I would urge my children to study algebra and music. This was a different connotation to the entire thing. Algebra, problem solving, and music is like creativity. So I think problem solving and creativity plus the tool availability can create Viksit Bharat 2047 to a very high level, and public-private partnership. The public, that means the government, has to promote the private investment, which we are doing, and instead of creating and going all over the place.
So you are basically recommending institutionalization of the public-private partnership mechanism, so that, so we are extremely short of time. Very briefly, each panelist, 30 seconds max. One major thing on the AI front that you're likely to do in the next 1 or 2 years. We have to break for lunch, so I'll start with you, Nidhi ma'am.
In the NGMA Mumbai, an immersive show with augmented reality about the artist. This building, Lalit, is known for the M.F. Hussein's Raj and Satish Gujral sir's painting, and also the paintings of Paresh Mehti. So it's not just a commercial venue, it's also a venue which promotes art in the biggest possible way. So likewise, like this place is also connecting art, and sir just mentioned from L&T that without creativity it is not going to happen. So my request to all of you will be, like, in government we are doing, but art and culture is a sector which is free market, nearly free market. Government's presence is very little there, and thankfully it is less regulated. So explore it, go in the field of art, field of music, field of dance, and because there are people waiting for your innovations to take them ahead. And you can definitely do, from our side, immersive show and augmented reality and digitally immersive experience for the visitors.
Thank you. Parul, Mittal, your 30 seconds.
As I said earlier, the Center of Excellence in the state is the upcoming thing, and it will be a innovation hub, and at the same time it is also a platform that will help in developing the skill, connect the market, and also ensure use cases for emerging technologies. So CO is the upcoming thing. The second thing that I said, that recruitments in the state, it is also going as the utmost priority, and more of AI to ensure that the system is robust and error-free through AI is the next upcoming thing.
Thank you. Thank you. Prashant, Mittal.
Actually, from mighty handle, I would like to caution 5 things. First, certain and other statutory body compliances have to be taken seriously. Bias mitigation, wherever it is being traced or could be traced, should be readdressed, and watermarking and content authenticity, that is equally important. Who is issuing and whether it has been issued, the advice has been issued by a or a responsible body. Audit trail and consent management, this will be there. You can't generate any artificial intelligence led result without the consent of the data provider. And training and awareness, this is the most important thing which I need. Government is doing that, and every partner has to do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, excellent. You have recommended the 5 best practices which any AI deployment should incorporate. Revati Kumar.
Yeah. So I think we've come from the physical lines to online. Technologies like AI will now, the next few years, I think we all should concentrate on taking it to no lines. What I mean by that is countries like, your Japan and all, they, the moment a child is born, all the proceedings of it, whether it is a scheme, it's his education, his scholarships, everything end to end is taken care of by the system. So let us do away with governance as much as possible. As much as possible, let us remove all the hurdles and let AI and ML serve the citizens to the cause it has been
Excellent.
thought of.
Another revolutionary thinking and interesting coming from the government side only. Kumud Jindal. Yeah.
Hello. So basically, AI should be used for empowering citizens, securing the digital infrastructure, and promoting indigenous research and innovative solutions which are built in India and which are being used for the betterment of the country. And the solutions which we build should not just be reactive; they should be proactive. They should not just be smart but responsible as well.
Okay, great. Thanks. Should not be reactive, only proactive solutions. Yeah, Sabou. Your 30 seconds.
It's been said that to win the race, we must be in the race. So I'm sure all of us are in the race. As far as Nagaland is concerned, we will be focusing mostly on improving and enhancing the delivery of citizen-centric related services using AI.
Thank you. Kirtikar, last word.
So people like us as Larsen and Toubro are very excited to be part of Vision 2047. We have been playing a part in other areas from IT perspective. We have built GPU as a service model. We have a CPU. We have data centers. We are building Blueverse. We are building agentic AI platform. We are integrating a lot of Make in India startups, basically focused Indian companies to promote them. So we are building a Make in India ecosystem around that. We can play a very strong role in the governance, as Revati said, that let's stop governing and move the technology way. We can be a great part. We can be a great contributor to healthcare, in manufacturing 4.0, in agriculture, and in defense of India.
Okay, thanks. So before we disperse, I would like to thank all the partners without whom the event of this scale would not have been successful. Our presenting partner Yota, AI partner Amnex, Gold partner Entity Data, Acer is our technology partner, online learning Coursera, security communications partner Pinnacle, and our associate partners Control-S and L&T-Cloudfiniti. So before we disperse, can I request, is Shangomit, Bhashwati, if you can hand over a token of gratitude to all our panelists? Maybe Nisha, you can also join, and two of you can. Music. Nidhi Choudhary. Okay, Revati. Sabou, Yashu. Ojha. Kumud, Jindal. Can I request all of you to join for a group